What's going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty, the Lego guy here, and today we're taking a look at every single set that's retiring in 2022. I'm going to center in on some of my favorites, along with some sets we maybe should invest in, and maybe others that we should steer away from. But anyways, this one should get interesting, and I think it's really going to be helpful for you guys. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And we'll get right into it by taking a look at the article. This is given to us by Brick Fanatics. Pretty reputable. They generally have a pretty good track record on these things. So here we have every Lego set retiring in 2022. This is the April update. And yeah, we're gonna start off by taking a look at Lego Star Wars. First off, I wanna mention I love the fact that they're continuing the Boba Fett starship. They do not wanna say Slave One. Anyways, to each his own, but getting into some of these sets. Notice that the Clone Trooper Command Station, this one is retiring this year apparently, and I had to wait for 3 months to get this on back order, so I think that there's going to be a high demand for this set. If it retires in 2022, I think it's going to appreciate a ton, and if you're an army builder, definitely buy this one soon. We also have the 75252 Imperial Star Destroyer. This is another great UCS set to invest in. If it does anything like the previous model from the early 2000s, that set appreciated a ton. I feel that this one will as well, just maybe not quite as much as the earlier model, just because it is kind of like the GOAT. We also have the Boba Fett helmet, the 501st Legion Clone Troopers. The Darth Vader Meditation Chamber is an interesting one. I think it will do well, and I think that if you are a Lego collector, it's definitely one of those sets that I think you should maybe buy. Great display piece. They really remind me of mini UCS sets. And then you'll notice they have a number of Mandalorian sets that are retiring. So the Duel on Mandalore, or that's not really a Mandalorian set, but it's on Mandalore. The Bad Batch Shuttle, Imperial Light Cruiser, the Mandalorian Starfighter. What's interesting is the Razor Crest is not on here, so I'm not sure if they're going to keep that one in production just because it has been out for a number of years, but that one surprised me. Another set that I think is really good if you're a collector or an investor is the Mandalorian Starfighter. Now the Starfighter is pretty good. It's not maybe as good as the last one they made, but it's definitely a decent model, and the minifigures are fantastic in this set. Doesn't really get any better. So if you're an investor or collector, I would definitely recommend that one. But again, as always, this is not financial advice. Invest at your own risk. Now, moving on to Lego Ideas, you'll notice they have some Friends sets, the International Space Station, the Sesame Street, the Seinfeld set, the NASA, Apollo, Saturn V. I think that all these are strong choices for investment and for the collector as well. Last thing you want is for a set to retire on you, and you end up paying an arm and a leg to end up getting it. So any of these 5 I think will be great. What's interesting is the Medieval Blacksmith is still going to be in production. I was a little worried maybe whether they'd retire that one. They're not going to do that. As well as the 21318 Treehouse. Very surprised to find out this one wasn't retiring. This is a great looking set. I feel it will appreciate a ton, but if you are wanting to get your hands on this, whether for investment or for collecting, buy this one now. Then moving on, we have Lego Marvel. I'm not going to center on this too much just because I'm not a big Marvel expert. And again, I'm going to have the link of the article in the description in case you guys want to check out any of these sets. Moving on, we have Lego Harry Potter. Again, same as Marvel. I'm not a huge Marvel expert. However, one of the sets that I think a lot of you guys may be looking at is the 71043 Hogwarts Castle. This is not going to be retiring this year. In fact, they point out that it's now planned to retire in 2024. So you're going to have a lot more time to pick this one up. Then we have Lego Technic. Number of sets that are retiring, and then Lego for adults. So a couple of the key ones that I'm noticing here is the Volkswagen, the Fiat 500, a number of the big sports stadiums. I particularly think that the 10279 Volkswagen is going to do quite well in the aftermarket. Really cool looking little model. I shouldn't say little, it is quite sizable. Definitely would keep my eye out on that one. And then for Lego architecture, the only one that's expected to really retire is Tokyo. And now we've come to Lego Ninjago. And again, I'm not a huge expert on this one, but the key one that I noticed that is going to retire from this theme is the Ninjago City Gardens. If you're a collector, an investor, pick this one up. I'm even looking at buying this one for myself. I just think it's a really cool looking set, and it is again supposed to retire this year. And now we've come to Lego Batman. Lego Batman had some surprising ones, or at least I felt. They have the Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. Really, really like this set. If you don't want to buy the UCS version of it, this is a great substitute. And then they also are retiring, for those of you that like the bigger bat sets, the 1989 Batwing, which is another great overall looking model. I do want to get my hands on this one. It just is expensive, unfortunately. But I mean, that's what it's all about, right? You want more detail, you want a bigger model, you're going to pay more for it. Then there's a number of the Lego Super Mario sets that are retiring. And Lego Creator. I was surprised to see both the pirate ship and the castle are not on this list. So you have a little bit more time to pick those ones up. And then we have Lego Disney. Number of Disney sets are retiring. And then Lego Jurassic World. None of these really stood out as, you know, possible investment sets, but if you're a big Jurassic Park fan like myself, you want to pick up some of these. Like this one, I really liked the T-Rex Dinosaur Fossil Exhibition. Really interesting little set. And then we have a number of Lego Monkey Kid sets along with Lego Stranger Things. And I really like this Brickheads. I would definitely say go pick this one up. It hasn't been out all that long, so it's surprising they're retiring this, but Brickheads, again, don't last too long on the market. Then last but not least, we have Lego City, Lego Art, and a number of Lego Friends and Lego Brickheads. But yeah, that pretty well does the video. Those were the themes that I really wanted to center in on. Maybe, oh, and actually just as a side note, the Lego Series 22, that is retiring this year, which is to be expected, but I thought I'd give you guys a heads up. But that pretty well does the video. As always, guys, let me know what your personal thoughts are on this list. Maybe what set's your favorite that's retiring, what set you think will maybe be the best for investment. Always interested to hear what your guys' take is. But that pretty well does the video again. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future videos that talk about sets retiring or sets for investment. We do one of them basically every month, and yeah, hopefully they're helping you guys out. But that pretty well does the video again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.